Welcome back to Overhead Athletics. Max Wardell here, joined again by Logan. You've seen him in a couple of our other videos where we looked at how he threw and hip immobility or inflexibility and its correlation to some of the movement flaws we saw. But also you saw him in our most recent video on hamstring strains and using some instability training and some aqua bags to enhance activation of the hamstrings in all three planes of motion. Now we're going to show you on the table what we like to do in terms of a hip extension internal rotation stretch. So we like to get them at a crease of a table where we can actually adjust or modulate the amount of hip extension that we use based on just lifting the table. Now I like to take them into a little bit of side bending towards this side, so bring your upper body this way. That's going to lengthen the psoas proximally. Then I get them into a nice linear position here, and we'll just see, relax your hamstring. We'll just see kind of what happens as we bring him up. You'll see he goes into a little bit of hip flexion there, and he really falls into external rotation. A lot of resistance into internal rotation here. So that's essentially going to be our stretch. I get him up into my shoulder. I'm going to pull him back. Keep pulling him back. Pull, pull, pull. Good. As much as I can get him towards that crease as possible. I've got his foot pinned with my leg up here so that he's essentially got some tension on this hamstring. And then we're going to do some contract, relax in all three planes of motion here. So try to lightly straighten your leg. Okay, relax. Try to push your knee lightly into the table. Relax. Now try to use your arms and push your body back. Slide your body back on the table towards me. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Okay, good. So now I've got him really in that crease of the table. And I can use my forearm to actually rotate his pelvis here into a posterior pelvic tilt, or I can come lower and actually give him an anterior glide of the femur. From here, push straight, lightly. Don't let him move at all. Relax. Lightly go straight. Relax. Don't let him move at all. Push into my chest. So now I'm having him actively externally rotate. Relax. And then I'm going to internally rotate him. Into my chest. So this is our internal rotation component. Relax. Go again. Relax. Go again. Relax. Now I have to make sure that I have his knee flexed enough to the point where I'm not actually going to torque his knee excessively. If I have him in more extension, that's going to bother the medial knee. Now I'm going to actually start to apply a lot of force and rotate his pelvis posteriorly by pushing basically by his sit bone there, by his ischial tuberosity to rotate his pelvis. Now from there, I'm going to have him take his left hand, put it under his shoulder, like you're in a push-up position. Now push up and rotate. So now we're rotating the transverse process away, so lengthening it more proximally. I don't let him move at all here. Good, and relax. So that's how we first start. Now let's hit that other side because we always want to do this bilaterally, especially as you can see with Logan, he has very limited hip extension and internal rotation from both an iliopsoas and rectus femoris perspective. Bring him back, bring my table up. Just be careful of the patella when you have them flex and make sure they're not activating the hamstring because they can cramp there. This one's actually a lot tighter. He's really pushing me into external rotation. So push into my chest, relax. And you can see just the gap between him and the table. We're going to try to close that down here in just a second. Push into my chest. Relax. Into my chest. Relax. Try to push your knee into the table. Relax. Knee into the table. Relax. Knee into the table. Relax. Now, lightly straighten your leg. Lightly straighten the knee. I don't let him move 1 inch. Relax. And I'm going largely on feel here. He's really limited into internal rotation, and this is the leg that he really needs that hip extension, internal rotation on, because this is his drive leg. This is the leg that's going to go into that internally rotated position in extension at the end of the throw. How we doing, Logan? I haven't even touched the pelvis yet. Now I might do an anterior glide on the femur here, so I go down into the gluteal fold, and I'm going to give him a glide. Push into my chest. That's going to hit the hip more. as compared to rotating the pelvis. Just maybe gonna hit the muscular system a little more, pushing in my chest. And I'm just working on, I'm driving them up and across that direction, relax. So I take up knee flexion, I take up hip internal rotation. At the same time, I take up extension. I'm actually using a cantilever here. I'm actually using my right arm to pull as I push with the left arm. How you doing?
Good.
Okay, now I've done a little gliding there. I'm gonna come up onto the pelvis, rotate him. Now he's gonna have to side bend. Let's side bend to the left. So bring your left shoulder down towards your left pocket. So side bend. So he's got a little side bend, a little bit of rotation to the right. Now push up higher. Come on, push. More stretch when you do that?
Yep.
Okay, hold right there, 10 seconds. Now I'm gonna have him actively internally rotate. So try to turn your ankle with me. Help me do the stretch. Turn, 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 turn. Okay, and relax. So he's very tight there. Now, he's just gonna go prone in the middle of the table here. Take the table all the way down. There we go. Take him up to about 90 degrees. And if you come around this way, you'll see it well. Take him up to about 90 degrees here. And then it's all about hip internal rotation. We really cranked this one hard, so we're getting some good internal rotation there. Try to pull your knees together. Okay, now try to pull your ankles together. Okay, relax. Ankles together. Relax. Ankles together. Relax. And see, the thing is, with hamstring strains, a lot of times we don't need to work on the hamstrings with a ton of soft tissue mobilization. Now, we'll do some of it, but it's more about restoring full motion of the pelvis, full motion of the hips, full motion through the lower extremity, core stability, and then hamstring strength and length. It's less so about soft tissue mobilization, and that's a key point as a profession. We need to move more towards push together. Relax. Now push the knees together. Bring the knees together. And I don't let the ankles go at all. So now he's increasing the intensity of the stretch. Okay, good. So it's more about movement. We need to be a better profession in terms of getting people to move better as opposed to just managing symptoms with soft tissue mobilization. So that's an important component. We can do some functional massage on this right hamstring that's a little bit strained and pulled, but more importantly, it's about getting him to move better through the hips, have better range of motion, and then reinforcing that with stretching on a consistent basis to improve his flexibility. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video.